What it do, E-World? ChrisCrossingWires, back with another video, and probably one of many we're going to be doing on our new RZ. It will be just a bit before I actually start doing any mods on this thing, because honestly, first I want to, do some test rides on it completely stock. A lot of guys, my buddies, was like, man, I know you're gonna throw this on it, throw that on it real quick. Yes, I'm gonna mod the hell out of this thing. However, I need to know what it's doing, stock first. I want to be able to answer people's questions as far as stock, what they can expect if they buy one exactly like it is. How much range will you get on a stock RZ 72 volt 50 amp hour? And to be quite honest, I'm expecting this thing to get a ton of range, probably way more range than I actually feel like demonstrating. The other day I kinda related this bike to my Stealth Bomber that was a 72 volt with a Sabaton 72-150. Now actually a Sabaton 72-150 probably has a little bit more power than this bike. I think this bike is around 100 amps as far as DC line amps. I could be wrong. I think that is either 100 amp Voltal or 150 amp Voltal that's in there. Not sure yet, haven't dug in there. Just from what I've seen online, that's what normally comes on. But I said that as far as the power output, it felt like 72 volts and 150 amps, which is roughly around 10,000 watts. It feels like the Beast when I got it in mode 1, because mode 1 on a Beast is under 10,000 watts. Now obviously the Beast top speed is more, because we'll probably have field weakening kicking in on the Beast. I'm not sure. I don't think this has field weakening at the moment. I'm not sure. I have to look in the settings of this controller, and I think the only way I can actually check that out is, with the software, is through a USB cable directly to a computer. I don't think there's a Bluetooth, at least not to my knowledge at the moment. But anyway, yeah, I think what I was saying was that Stealth Bomber with a 40 amp hour pack, I remember doing about at least 70 miles on that when I went to New York for one of the group rides. That's what I had at that time. 72 volt 40 amp hour NB power pack. And one day I rode on 2 group rides in one day with no charge in between, and that was 70 miles. And I think at the end of the day I still had about 69 volts when I parked it, which wasn't completely dead. That's down kind of low, but I'm pretty sure I had a few more miles to go on that. So man, this thing right here, 50 amp hour, 100 amps, this thing will probably ride for some time. I doubt very seriously if I'll be up to the challenge of seeing how many miles I can get on this thing. What I probably will do is do a percentage of this battery, and then just try to do some math and determine what I would get on the whole pack. But I can tell you, I doubt very seriously if I ride this thing until it's dead. I'm sure it can get a really decent amount of range with a 50 amp hour pack and not a whole lot of power. But anyway, I'm very pleased, as I said, with the power that it does have stock. I think anybody would be satisfied with the way this bike rides and the power that it has for the money. And you're going to spend, if you buy this bike with I think the smallest pack they have, in which you have to buy it with now, because the only way they're selling these out the door is with lead acids, at least in the New York, New Jersey area. You know, with the new battery regulations that came down, I don't think they can offer the lithium packs anymore. So yeah, you gotta buy lead acids. And I was getting to the price on that. I think that if you bought one of them from any of the Fly Ebike shops up there, you would probably spend, I think, anywhere from $2,900 to $3,500. And I mean, if you think about that, that's cheaper than most e-bikes. Like I said the other day, $3,500. That is a Super 73. And let me tell you, Super 73 won't give you anywhere close to the amount of power that this thing has, or get you to the amount of speed, same speed that this thing will get you to. And the fun ratio between this and the Super 73, it's not even close. Not even close. Trying to stay off the road as much as possible for right now, at least till I get this thing registered. It's plenty fast enough though. Man, I think this is the most underrated PEV in the electric bike market today. There are tons of electric bikes, electric motos, and e-motorcycles out there. And the e-motorcycles that look like this, the e-sport bikes in this class, as far as look wise, man, they cost tons. They cost a lot of money. You can plan on spending at least I think a zero is 20K, 25K. Now this doesn't have as much speed as a zero, but I mean, damn, you look at what you pay for the zero, it's like 10 times more than this, man. Look at this thing. like I said, and I'll say it again, one of the best purchases I ever made. Fly Ebike, shouts out to you guys, man. That's one hell of a product right there. And that's coming from a guy that modifies PEVs, that likes going fast. I can honestly say that is well worth the money. You know, if I spent $3,500, $4,000 on a Super 73, I'd be dissatisfied. I could have spent $3,500, $4 grand on this, and I wouldn't be dissatisfied. I'd be extremely satisfied. Now, not only that, not to mention, just like you can upgrade the hell out of a Super 73, you can upgrade a Ciron. You can even upgrade all the Stealth Bomber clones. You can also upgrade this. I've already looked right now on Amazon. You can buy replacement fairings, which are from a Kawasaki Ninja 250. They will fit on this bike. That is the weakest link, I would say, to this bike, is the fairings. And that's because the plastic that they used on these fairings, it's like a hard plastic. So as far as the durability of that plastic, I wouldn't say it would be too good. But the fact that you can spend $150 and put some good Kawasaki Ninja fairings on there, I mean, easy fix. Very easy fix. Not only that, people were saying, as far as the colors, if you find one of these for a good price and it's not the color you want, you realize this is 2024 and you can buy a wrap. You can buy a wrap on Amazon. You can wrap it yourself. If you're not that, you know, gifted, you're not a craftsman, you can get someone else to wrap it. You can easily change the color. That's nothing. Or you can paint it. You can have it painted. So man, a guy had a green one. The next day after this one arrived, there was one in the Facebook group. A guy had one for $1,200 with the battery. Now I'm assuming that was a lead acid, but it doesn't matter what kind of battery. For $1,200, come on now. Oh man. And the crazy part is, if somebody were to say, well, as if I had this thing legit, but even still, I mean, I gotta check the laws. I might still be able to do it, but I wouldn't take as much chances as I would with the Beast, because the Beast has pedals on it. I can easily you know, control the power from the app on the Beast and try to skirt by the e-bike laws because it has pedals. This doesn't have pedals, so it's going to be kind of hard. But if someone said, hey, let's go for a ride, we're going to go such and such, and I had the choice between what am I going to ride, the Beast or this, guess what I'm riding. Now, I don't know if that's because this is new to me, and you know, I'm just enjoying the fact that it's new, but I honestly like the way this rides, the comfort level, more than the Beast, straight up. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the Beast. You guys know that. You guys know that. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, when I make this thing fast, it's not going to be any competition as far as my preference in which one of these bikes I like. Now let me tell you this also, and a lot of guys might you know, might get their feelings in an uproar, but look, I'm just being honest. Now there's different strokes for different folks, so I'm just talking about me, myself, and I can't speak for anybody else. Now from a grown man's perspective, if I were to say, you know, which one of these platforms feels like a grown man's platform, obviously I'm going to say this. Now, we love our Emotos, not trying to knock Emotos at all. I have an Emoto, love it. But let's say from just an honest opinion of someone that's not into Emotos, motorcycles, or e-bikes. Let's just grab somebody that's neutral, and especially being a female. If you pull up on some women, and I have to say women because girls might answer differently, but if you pull up on a woman and be like, or you know, which one of those do you think a woman would want to jump on the back of first? One of these, or a dirt bike, or I mean, or Emoto? You know, that right there, that question alone is enough for me. You know, I don't know too many women my age that are going to be willing to jump on back of the beast, but I know plenty of them that would jump on this. And that's the great part about this thing. It's got a rear seat back there. It's got foot pegs for a passenger. So I mean, at the end of the day, this is you know, this is more of an adult PEV. Now, if you're into wheelies, if you're a stunt guy, then quite naturally, you're gonna choose Emoto. But you know, I don't pop wheelies. I don't do all that. I don't jumps. You know, I don't do stoppies, endos, none of that. You know, I ride on the road. So, you know, my preferences are definitely going to be different. Now I can tell you, I'm pretty sure you could pop wheelies with this thing. You're not going to do it stock as is. Ain't nowhere in the world you going to get this thing up right now. It ain't got nowhere near enough torque off the line to pop up, to pull this thing up. Ain't nobody, I don't care how good you are, ain't nobody pulling this thing up for a wheelie right now. But after I put about 40 kilowatts on it at 96 volts, it's gonna pop up just like any sport bike. Now, if you can ride wheelies on a you know, a petrol sport bike, then you can ride wheelies on this. You know, but it's definitely gonna take some muscle, and it's gonna take a whole lot of muscle, especially when you put a big old battery up here. And people are like, well, that's gonna weigh more. No, it's not gonna weigh more than a gas bike. When you put the battery on here, they're going to be equally as heavy. Now, you think those engines are light? So the battery is exactly where the engine is. So I say they'll weigh about the same, supposedly. But I can tell you, it's not. Supposedly, they said the curb weight on this thing. Now, that may be true with the lead acids. Now, you think about it, lead acids, they're lead. They're heavy as crap. So with the lead acids, it may be true. They say that's 350 pounds. You know. But I can tell you right now, this is not 350 pounds. Maybe man, listen. This thing, in my opinion right now, is lighter than the beast. It's a little more awkward because it's bigger. But, you know, if I go just by pushing or lifting the rear up, the beast is heavier than this thing, man. That's why I used to tell you guys, man, when you talking about power to weight and you talking about mountain bikes and electric bikes, racing, e-motos, man, if you take the powertrain from off an e-moto and put it on a 20-pound mountain bike, that's not, you know, you're not going to be able to compare an e-moto to a lightweight mountain bike. But at the same time, that mountain bike ain't going to be safe, it ain't going to be stable. You wouldn't want to ride on that high speed. At least I wouldn't. The same thing goes with these. When you're going from an e-moto to an e-motorcycle, the average e-moto is not super heavy like Surons. Surons are lightweight in comparison to my bike. My bike is a damn tank, man. It's heavy. This feels like a Suron as far as the weight. I'm sure it's heavier than a Suron, but I don't know. It could just be the placement of everything, and that damn 273 is just heavy. When I lift the back of that beast up, man, that thing is a monster. So they're probably about the same weight. It's just it's distributed a little more evenly in this bike. Alright guys, that's enough. Just wanted to, you know, talk about this thing just a little bit more. I'm done talking. I'm gonna go do some riding. Deuces.